Malik Monk has been a revelation for the Kings this season. His play off the bench has been a big part in the Kings' early season success, and he's making a legitimate case for 6th Man of the Year. Monk is an incredible talent, and his offensive skill set is so diverse that there really isn't anything that he doesn't excel at. But the Kings' offensive scheme and the personnel around him have helped maximize his skill set, so it's no mistake that he's having the best season of his career in Sacramento. In this video, I'm gonna take a look at how Malik has been so effective this season and how the Kings are utilizing him to his fullest potential. The energy and excitement level that Malik brings is felt the moment that he checks into games. He provides a spark that's infectious to the team and plays with so much flash that makes his impact jump off the page. Malik has become one of the best finishers in all of basketball, shooting 75% within 3 feet this season, and his 68% mark at the rim ranks him in the 87th percentile of all players, which is absurd for a dude that's just 6'3". Monk is the definition of an acrobat in the air, who combines this elite leaping ability with incredible dexterity around the rim. Just look at the distance that he takes off from here, showing the ball high to get his defender in the air, just to bring it back down on this beautiful scoop finish. Malik is adept at finishing with either hand and is lethal in transition because he's able to maintain the soft touch even when going full speed. Offhand finishes over leaping bigs are one of the toughest shots in basketball, and Monk is able to convert these with style. He's always looking to attack downhill as his first option, often gliding through the lane and using his ambidextrous touch to float in some of these more awkward looking shots. The hang time that he can maintain in the air is reminiscent of teammate De'Aaron Fox. He can seemingly float in the air when he elevates for finishes, and his body control finishing through contact has been beyond impressive. His strength can catch defenders off guard with his slender build, and he isn't shy in the slightest at attacking taller defenders. Malik gets cut off multiple times here, struggles to get to his spot, yet still manages to absorb the bumps and find a way to throw this one in at a ridiculous angle. He's great at attacking closeouts to get downhill, where he has an explosive first step that leaves defenders in the dust. His quick and decisive nature makes it nearly impossible for defenders to react in time on his moves. Malik is usually most effective as a one move and go player off the dribble. Here the initial dribble to his left shifts the defense away from the basket, so when he crosses over to explode baseline, there isn't going to be any help at the rim. He keeps his handle low at basically all times to avoid pickpockets, and accelerates out of his crosses so quick that any slower footed defender really stands no chance. Monk isn't too much of a separation creator for himself, but his handle and craft allow him to still get to his spots and generate pretty good looks. Here it's a quick hang dribble into a cross, and in just one extra dribble he's already at the rim. He jump stops to regain his balance, and we get another display of his brilliant touch. But since he generally isn't creating too much space for himself, a lot of his drives can result in extremely difficult shots against better defenders. When players are more disciplined and don't bite on his head and chop fakes, well, sometimes stuff like this is gonna happen. But what makes Malik so important offensively is that he can leverage the shot-making ability that he has in order to create for others. He's always in attack mode off the dribble and will naturally cause defenses to collapse on drives. But not only is Malik a more than willing passer, he can really make any pass and any read in the book. This play here shows you the feel that he has for the game. This drive draws the big over from the weak side, and jump stopping is truly a lost art in the game. This jump stop only further draws the help defenders and allows Malik more time to make the correct read, hitting Chimezie Metu, who was in his blind spot. Malik thrives in fast-paced environments, making him a monster in the transition game. His best games will typically coincide with Sacramento's better defensive performances, at least with Malik's unit. More stops equate to more transition opportunities, which is when Monk is most effective. His vision and instincts running the break make him the ideal playmaker in this type of offense, which is the exact type of offense that the Kings want to run. He can use his eyes to deceive defenses. Looking at the basket with a full head of steam, he collapses defenders, only to fire a live dribble laser pass cross-court to Keegan Murray for an open 3. Monk loves to make this one-handed cross-court pass read off a live dribble, knowing exactly which lanes that his teammates will fill. This is where the flash in Malik's game really stands out, making these no-look or behind-the-back dimes to teammates that energizes everybody in the arena. Just look at the passing angles and windows that Malik is able to hit. Watch how he fires his bullet pass behind the defense, but also leading Metu towards the basket. This willingness to run in transition also leads Monk to being on the receiving end of these fast break opportunities as well, and he's called the god of dunk for a reason. Malik's offensive skill set is rounded out by his shooting ability, where he's at 35% from 3 on the season on about 6 attempts per game. He's a 39% shooter off the catch, which is where most of his looks come from, and he gets shots up in a number of ways. Quick triggers in transition, off movement, or just spacing the floor. He's pretty effective in any type of situation. Monk's numbers do suffer a bit off the dribble, as he's shooting just 28% on the season on pull-up threes. Most of this is just due to poor shot selection, taking threes early in the shot clock and not in rhythm. Here he gets the mismatch with Kevon Looney on him, but settles for a tough off-balance step back that misses by a mile. But the shot-making ability off the dribble is there for Malik, and his step back can be very effective when he shoots it in rhythm with proper balance. He gives the Kings another true shot creator who at any time can go get himself a bucket. Here's that very quick hang dribble into a right-left cross again that he accelerates out of, and he has a knack for converting some of these ridiculously difficult shots, even at awkward angles and fading away. When Kobe White bumps him from behind here, that triggers him to instantly go up into a shooting motion, selling the contact and finishing through the bump. Malik also excels within the confines of the Kings offense. I've already talked about the Kings offense in the past and how it revolves around the dribble handoff game with Sabonis, which is perfect for the brand of basketball that Malik wants to play. Not only is Sabonis an elite DHO processor, his screening and rolling gravity help open up opportunities for Malik to get downhill. Defenders have to go over these type of actions against Monk because of the shooting threat that he imposes, but the wide angles that they have to take around Sabonis often takes him completely out of the play, creating a 2-on-1 advantage for Malik attacking the basket. Here Cameron Payne will shoot under the initial handoff, which actually frees Malik up for a shot, though he decides not to take it. Instead, he waits for Sabonis to flip the angle of his screen, which causes so much confusion to the defense that Malik can just trot in for an easy layup. Just look at this Sabonis screen take Jaden Ivey out of the play. Now Jalen Duren is forced to play the ball, and that's going to be an easy drop-off pass for Malik to make with the low man late tagging Sabonis. Here the Magic elect to switch on this DHO, but again Sabonis' gravity just causes so much confusion that it frees up Trey Lyles for a wide open 3 on his lift. This is another situation where a switch creates an open shot, along with Malik's deception. Sabonis has a clear mismatch in the post, and Malik uses his eyes to draw Patty Mills into the paint, only to kick it out to his man wide open in the corner. And if defenders try to shoot under the Sabonis screens, then Malik has no issue with pulling up for these open jumpers. Here the low man is going to tag Metu on the roll, so Malik just keeps his dribble alive, and he waits until he has a window to hit the open Keegan Murray in the weak side corner. These handoffs are so effective because they can force teams out of the normal pick and roll coverages. Ayton usually plays drop coverage, but here he's stretched out to the level of the screen since Sabonis has the ball on the perimeter. The Kings also love to use these weak side 45 cuts in correspondence with their handoffs. So as Monk comes off the DHO, just watch Davion cut behind his man towards the basket, and since his man is going to help one pass away, he completely loses track of Davion on his cut. Here Cameron Payne stays with Davion's cut, which gives Malik a lane to attack the rim. This play shows you the creativity of the Kings scheme. Watch here on Terrence Davis's cut when he clears out to the weak side corner, Herder sets him an exit screen to free him up for a shot. This play works because the off-ball action is in sync with Malik's handoff and penalizes ball-watching help defenders. The Kings will also run a lot of these splits or zoom actions for Malik, having a player set him a pin down prior to coming off the handoff from Sabonis. Watch how Malik and Herder can play off each other in these actions. It's actually Malik setting the pin down for Herder, but instead of using it, Kevin curls and rescreens for Malik. So now when Monk attacks off the Sabonis screen, he knows that he has an elite shooter and Herder spacing out on the weak side. The attention that guys like Fox and Sabonis draw when they have the ball also helps open up Malik's shooting ability. Domas gets doubled on nearly every low post touch, and De'Aaron is an elite driver who forces defenses to collapse on paint touches. Malik is usually able to make defenses pay for offering this kind of help. The Kings' half-court motion offense also creates plenty of looks for Malik to knock down these shots off movement. This is from the Kings' wide series that starts off with a screen near the top of the key that can be used to free up Monk for a shot. Malik also has the option to reject this action and set up the Kings' Spain pick and roll. So he sets a back pick for Rashawn Holmes, then pops out wide open on the perimeter. The Kings keep adding counters to this setup. This time, instead of the Spain action, watch Trey Lyles drift inside the arc to set an exit screen from Malik in the corner, again creating a wide open look. This is another counter utilizing the flex offense. Monk sets the flex screen for Keegan, then pops out on the perimeter. This time no shot is created, so the action just flows into a side ball screen and another nasty dime from Malik. Monk is also so good at curling these off-ball actions that the Kings run for him, enabling him to get ahead of steam going towards the basket prior to receiving the ball. It's very similar to dribble handoffs in the way that these actions can attack defenses. Malik is comfortable going all the way to the rim or collapsing the defense and kicking out when necessary. Watching Malik Monk play is always such a joy, and I know us Kings fans are very grateful that he's on our favorite team. Thank you guys for sticking around and supporting the channel, and be sure to let me know of anything you want to see next. But anyways, take care and I'll see you guys next time.